Hi guys, welcome back to Dave's Reviews. I'm Dave. Today I am reviewing for you a audiobook that I recently listened to called The Demonists by Thomas E. Sniegoski? Yeah, I guess. This book is narrated by Eric Michael Summerer, and if you listen to it on audiobook from Audible, it's a 9-hour and 22-minute listen. So, The Demonists. This book is, I was really attracted to this book because it deals with paranormal investigation, demon possession, a lot of supernatural elements in this book that I really like. So I wanted to see what this was all about. It had some good reviews, had some subpar reviews. It was sort of a middle of the pack book as far as review wise, but I figured I listened to the sample and I said, okay, I'll give this book a shot. I had a credit to use, so I picked it up from Audible. And so the book is about a husband and wife paranormal investigation team, John Fogg and his wife Theodora Fogg, and they were filming what was supposed to be a simple televised exorcism. It was being broadcast on the air live as it happened, much like they do all the time these days. Around Halloween time. This one took place on Halloween night. In the midst of the exorcism, they see this glass jar that wasn't there before when they started the exorcism. So they're wondering what this jar was. So it was a glass jar, had a lid and everything. So Theodora goes and she opens this jar. Well, unbeknownst to her, that this jar, it was used to contain demons. Who put them in there? I don't know. It doesn't really. I don't remember the book mentioning who puts them in there. But they open it and she accidentally frees all these demons, several of which flow into her. The rest of which massacre everybody in the place. She's left catatonic, and she is filled with demons. And John Fogg doesn't know what to do. So he sets out on a journey to find out how he can heal his wife. He catches wind that there's a castle being renovated by some mega millionaire real estate developer, and they found a hidden room filled with these old ancient texts, many of which have to deal with demon possession. So he sets off to see what he can find out from those texts. Along the way, he comes into contact with this group known as the Demonists. The Demonists are an ancient coalition that they're dedicated to defeating evil, and they're led by a guy named Elijah, who happens to be a former Vatican exorcist. So they come up with a plan, not so much heal Theodora, but at least help her get more control over the demons that are inside of her. And they're able to do this by imprinting special tattoos on her that flow and move, and she's with those tattoos. As long as she has those tattoos on her, she has somewhat control over the demons that are inside of her body. While this is all going on, there's a separate storyline involving a guy who is kidnapping children because he has a goal to summon a demon by the name of Damocus. And Damocus, once let loose on the world, will eventually destroy it. And with this side story of the missing children comes another character into the story by the name of Brenna Isabel. She's an FBI agent who is investigating the missing children's case, and she crosses paths in the meantime with John Fogg, and they form up a little bit of a collaboration. As the story progresses, it turns into a sort of a demon versus demon story where Theodora has to use her demons to help destroy other demons because she has control over them. I guess you can say that she's using her demons for the benefit of mankind. Yeah, so that's the basic premise of this story. So what did I like about The Demonists? Well, it was a really good premise. It was an interesting story, and I thought that this is the first book in a proposed trilogy called the Demonist series, and it laid the groundwork for the coming series. Okay, I mean it was an okay. I think that the story had more potential but I think it was okay. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't exactly, bowled over with it, but it was a good starting off point. So what didn't I like about The Demonists? I didn't like that there was a heck of a lot going on in this book. And usually that's not a bad thing, but this one, it was kind of, they just didn't meld very well. The timing is also not the greatest in this book. There's really no explanation as to the timeline, as how and when these events are taking place. In certain cases, you're left thinking that a couple days have gone past, when actually it's been a couple months have passed. That happens quite a few times in this book, so yeah, that definitely, takes a little getting used to. As far as I did listen to this on Audible, so the narration, for me, the narration wasn't on par with a lot of the other books that I listened to from Audible. Eric Michael Summerer, his voice is a little one note. He doesn't do individual voices the greatest. I mean, I don't know how new he is to it. It was okay. He did the demon voices pretty good, so that was a benefit. But as far as the individual character voices, they kind of sounded, a lot of them sounded a little bit similar. But and lastly, the one thing that I didn't particularly care about this book was the book is titled The Demonists, but the actual Demonists don't have a big part in this book. Basically, they just show up, they put the tattoos on Theodora, and that's the last you hear of them until later on, much later on in the book. The core of characters that made up the Demonists were probably the most interesting in the book, but they didn't last around long, and naming the book after, or naming the book The Demonists, I would think that they would have a bigger role in this book. Maybe they do further along down the line. I'm sure they will. That will remain to be seen. So for The Demonists, book 1, I give it 3 out of 5 stars. So yeah, I mean, if you like paranormal stories and if you like demon possession stories, well, then you'll probably like The Demonists. I would probably suggest to read it, pick up a physical copy of the book. The narration, like I said, it's okay, but it's not the greatest. And if you don't listen to a lot of audiobooks, then it might be enough to put you off of this book. That's what I have for you today. Stop back next time, and I'll see what I have for you then. Until then, thanks for watching. If you feel inclined, please leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. If you have a book that you would like for me to review, by all means, let me know in the comments. And also, you can also subscribe if you want to get the most recent updates for my videos. And if you do that, I appreciate it. Also, I'm on Goodreads, so if you're interested in following what I'm reading and progress, and what might be coming up next for a review, I'll put my Goodreads information in the description below, and you can always friend me on there, and I will friend you back. Till next time, take care of yourself and be kind to others, and have a good day.